good strong side going out. Very important game. Connacht need a win at this stage. You've had a couple of close shaves recently.
Close shaves, exactly. That's probably a good way to describe it. But a win is massively important this week. We've been disappointed, but more with not sort of with our overall performances of late, but because we feel we've been playing reasonably well, but we just haven't converted that performance into results. We've been pretty close. But we know there's a lot of easy fixes there, and at times when we get opportunities, just having that cool head and making sure that we're not only clinical but we're ruthless. It certainly would have changed the outlook on a lot of the of the more recent results. But heading to Dragons, look, it's I suppose how we would describe them. They're quite a dogged and gnarly team to play against, and I think if when you look at all sport or team sport really through COVID, you even see Liverpool yesterday were beaten by Brighton at home in Anfield, where previously Liverpool have had 68 games, an unbeaten run back there. Our own home record at Connacht has taken a hit this year, and the reason that's important is that Dragons and a Newport has been a real fortress for them over the last number of years, and it's a tough place to go. They're a tough team to play against, but I said we hope with the lack of crowds there as well that we can bring our A game and come away with a positive result.
Yeah, to that end, Jack Carty back at 10, I suppose he'll have a big responsibility because it'll be a game where you want to get good field position and you want to control the game once you've got some decent ball.
Yeah, I think control is massive, and certainly against this team, playing in the right areas is going to be very important. And I said no better player than Jack to be able to put us into those positions where you start to apply pressure onto the other team. And when Jack's on his game, I said he's very good at that. So I said the responsibility is back on his shoulders again there this week again, and again he's very comfortable with that, to be able to manage how we play and where we play and to put us into the right areas.
And I'd suggest for Abraham Papalili at 8, it's a big game for him. It's a start, and he needs to make an impact. He's had a bit of a rough ride, couple of red cards and maybe the decision against the Ospreys. So it's a big opportunity for him. Obviously, confirmed today that Jared Butler is unavailable. He's got a calf injury, so it's up to him to seize his chance, isn't it?
Yeah, well, again, we need to find out a little bit more about Abraham. I said he's a big moment player, and unfortunately some of them big moments have been negative earlier on in the season with his 2 red cards. And again, but he's developing really well, even in a short space of time, in that he's conscious of his body height. And again, nothing has ever been deliberate with him in terms of his tackle technique, but he's worked extremely hard on it. But where he can be a real asset for us is in his ball carry, and he certainly, he tracks defenders when he carries. If he can get, poke his nose through some tight spaces, he can do some real damage, and that's what we're hoping from him this week is, hopefully we'll be able to use him to good effect, where we feel there's small gaps that he can make big holes and get us onto the front foot and again allow us to play the game on the front foot against a dogged team.
Yeah, it could be. They're always generally fairly tough games there. A lot depends on the surface, which can be anything. Sometimes it looks like a mud bath. And Dragons 3 wins out of 9. They've had a lot of COVID issues. They've had a stoppy-starty type of season. But I suppose, like most teams, they would be looking to try to get some sort of a run going towards the end of what seems to be now the final run of games in this season's competition.
Yeah, and they've been playing reasonably well. Sam Davies, their 10 returns after being off since early December, and he's certainly, how Jack Carthy works for us. We rely heavily on him. Dragons rely on Sam Davies. Again, he's a real playmaker. He's got a run game, he's got a kicking game, and he can be quite dangerous if he's allowed He's given that time and space, and of course they have Jamie Roberts in the centre, and he's been sort of a massive go-to in terms of how they play, and he really gets them on the front foot as well. So he needs to be stopped and stopped early if we want to get a foothold into the game. But Dragons haven't been a million miles away, particularly over their own interpros against quality teams of late. Scarlets and Dragons and Cardiff, they're really close to them, and they put up a real good fight. So we expect that they're going to do the same this week. They'll see this as an opportunity as well, on the back of our recent results. But we've gone over there on the back of a really good training week, and I think we've got a really strong team that can do the job.
And just to get the job done in these tight games is where it's been tricky for Connacht. You've had a couple of really good, almost blowout away wins, but the pressure seems to come on when it gets into a bit of an arm wrestle. So how do you approach that? How do you try to avoid the pitfalls that have caught you before?
Look, there's potential for pitfalls in every game, and it's just about how you manage each situation. So, being an attack or defence, we know what we're looking to achieve, sort of the outcome or the desired outcome we want from every situation. And look, we always strive for a positive outcome there. And if you can back up positive outcomes, you can start to apply pressure. And the same is in reverse. So if you start to, maybe if you give away a penalty in their half and then they've got a line out and they get some go forward off a maul, or we give up another penalty, then all of a sudden you're under pressure again, and it can be really that the margins are really fine in terms of how a team can get access into the game, and you just have to be squeaky clean and again know exactly what's required at every moment, and that clarity is at times it has eluded us under the pressure, and at times when teams have piggybacked us up the pitch, on consecutive penalties, or we miss an opportunity, and then we find ourselves under pressure in our own half again. So it's just about controlling the areas of the game where we know what we need to do and we have clarity of what's required. And if you do that and you're in control of that, well, you can start to put the pressure on the opposition. So it's just about having that focus and clarity at every opportunity.